Good morning sir, ito nga po pala aming case study ni Lester Curioso, the gang rape case of Maggie Dela Riva on June 26, 1967. Maria Magdalena Torrente de la Riva pinanganak sa Manila noong September 3, 1942 at siya nga ay mas kilala sa tawag ng Maggie de la Riva, isang Filipina film actress and former pageant beauty queen. And she was adopted at rape in 1967 by four men from influential families. Maggie de la Riva nga ay anak ng Pilar Torrente, isang Spanish mestiza, at Juan de la Riva, isang German Swiss. At noong 1958, si Riva ay nakapagtapos ng elementary at high school sa Miriam College o mas kilala sa tawag na Marinal College. At natapos din niya ang secretariat training noong 1960 sa St. Teresa College. At noong 1963 naman, isa siya top 5 finalist for the beauty pageant Miss Caltex. At noong taon din yun, si Riva ay isa sa representative na Filipino gown for the Fashion Guild of the Philippines and the designer of many gowns. At noong 1964 naman, kinuha din siya as a brand promoter for Respect the Centavo Savings Advertisement. Bago siya maging actress, isa siyang ballet dancer. As a movie actress nga, siya ay binabayaran ng 8,000 kada picture. At the ABS-CBN, she performed in a radio broadcast and television show. Binabayaran siya 800 per month in permanent show at 300 pesos per month live promotion show and 100 to 200 pesos per appearance as a guest in other show. And she was the sole breadwinner of the family after the death of her father Juan. And her mother took care of the family. Maggie de la Riva was rising as a young ABS-CBN television star noong 1967. At yun nga, she was attacked, raped, and tortured at the Swanky Hotel in Pasay, Philippines. And Riva was going home from the ABS-CBN studio on Ruas Boulevard, Pasay, driving her Putnam car with her chambermaid Helen Calderon. And the four men driving a Pontiac two-door convertible car waylaid her by physical force. The four men in the Pontiac all came from the influential families for the following. Ito nga, yung unang tao dito is si Jaime Gomez Jose, isang 21 years old, son of Jose, a prominent doctor from Pampanga and Dolores, and a businesswoman from another province in the Philippines. He resided at 21 Calatagan Street, Makati, a part of Rizal from 1901 until 1975. And seated to the other side from the present-day Metro Manila. Jose had finished high school 2 years for engineering student of De La Salle University, then called De La Salle College. And isa din siya sa leader of one named Jaime Jose and the Deltas. At yung second naman po, si Edgardo Payomo Aquino, second year journalism student, son of a lawyer. And Basilio Pineda Jr., son of retired Makati Police Chief. And Rogelio Sibelia Canyal, anak naman po siya ng isang former principal at architecture student. At mga approximately 3 a.m. on June 26, 1967, the principal for Asilian along with the accomplice mong ni Pyong, Severino Guason, Ig Romero, and Jesse Gion and Paul Tario, having conspired together, saved the attractive Riva and brought her the Swanky Hotel in Pasay. The four assailants by means force imitation and which used deadly weapon and raped her. After the gun finished at 6 a.m., they proceeded to the taxi in front of Pre-Press building and near Panyo Epifanio de Los Santos Avenue in Channel 5 Studio. At home, her mother and her brother-in-law, Binsuba, and the civil Philippine Constabulary Officer, local policemen and media reporter were present. Riva told her mother about her order. On June 29, 1967, Riva with her lawyer filed a complaint with the Quezon City Police Department. Arrest of the salient and trial judgments. Si Jaime Gomez Jose ay naaresto sa Makati by undercover of the police officer disguised as ice cream vendors and carpenters in the subdivision where he lived in. During her integration, he gave details of commission of the crime and named Rogelio Cañal Pineda and Aquino and his companion. In hearing of his arrest, Cañal and Pineda fled with Aquino to Batangas. A month of preparation executed where Cañal and Pineda were tracked down in the municipality of Taal, and the two were apprehended by police in the his house. Aquino surrendered himself to Aurelia Ibeste, the wife of Governor ng Batangas, after 3 days of hiding. At yun sa pag-iimbestiga po, si Pineda admitted account to the had rape and assault Riva as retribution for hitting their car. In addition, he claimed to have Riva for 1,000 for strip test and claiming that she willingly complied. The court found the story. The companions immediately rendered the guilty verdict, and a grand total of penalty 40,000 pesos equally shared among all four assailants. On October 2, 1967, na trial court for the accused Jaime Jose, Rogelio Sevilla, RCE, and RMA Eduardo Aquino, and Basilio Pineda Jr. guilty of the crime for forcible adoption with rape under the Article 335 of the Revised Penal Code of the Philippines. Ricardo P. Aquino are pronounced guilty of the complex crime of forcible adoption with rape, and every one of them is likely convicted of the crime of rape. Sa kabayaran niya at sa pagbabayad niya, silang apat ay innocent na death penalties at silang ay pinagbabayad ng 10,000 bawat.
So, dako naman po tayo dito sa execution of the accused. The conviction was obtained by Philippine Judge Lourdes San Diego of the Regional Trial Court. 3 assailants were executed by electric chair on 17 May 1972 by direct order of former Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos, while the actual proceedings were broadcast on national radio. Sevilla died in prison from drug overdose in 1971, 1 year before the others were executed. On the day of their execution, the condemned ate breakfast of fried chicken with bread and coffee and their heads shaved at 10. Their last meal consisted of a lunch of rice, kare-kare, chicken tinola, lobsters, crispy pata, lechon, fried lapu-lapu, and ice cream. The condemned were stated to have been uncontrollably weeping during a radio interview. So ito na po, nabanggit dito na po in-execute yung tatlong suspect. At di ba apat po sila, kaya po tatlo lang na na-execute sa electric chair. Yung isa nagpakamatay nag-overdose bago taon ng 1971 bago bitayin yung tatlo. Sa sobrang takot yun, base sa napanood ko na sa palabas na to about kay Maggie Dela Riva. Sa sobrang takot kaya nagpakamatay yung lalaki. Then pagkatapos nun, on the time of their execution, Jaime Jose was the first to enter the death chamber. As he was strapped on the chair, he was in a state of shock after he was sedated. He spent his final minutes weeping as his face was covered with a leather mask, and his bare feet rested on a wet block of quarry stone. Among the witnesses was his father, Jose. His mother, Dolores, was at Malacanang Palace to make an appeal but was accordingly declined due to the sensational public anger about the incident. So, dahil nga po dun sa sobrang galit ng lahat ng mga tao, at kahit yung kasi din po sa napanood na movie about dito kay Maggie Dela Riva, hindi pumayag nung nag-umapila po yung kanyang magulang yung kanyang ina sa asawa ni Ferdinand Marcos, hindi niya na ito pinayagan dahil sa mga nagawa nitong kasalanan itong anak niya. Kaya ayun na natuloy yung kanilang pagkabitay. Jose was executed when 3 prison guards activated switches to the electric chair, of which only one was the live switch. After the initial shock, Jose was given another application of current when the prison doctor examined him. So yun na po, execute na yung isa. At ang kasunod ay si Basilio Pineda, the second to be executed, was forcibly dragged to the death chamber due to a slight commotion. Aquino came last of the executed. Only Edgardo Aquino appeared to be repentant and showed remorse for his actions. A prison chaplain, head of the prison guards, and doctor were stated to have heard his last words, avoid bad companions and obey your parents. So, sa nabanggit po, sa nangyari, si Edgardo Aquino lang yung nagsisi sa kanila. At meron pang huling sinabi, avoid bad companions and obey your parents. Sunod na nangyari. Aftermath and legacy, the criminal proceedings and execution announcements were broadcast on public radio from format DZRH, causing sensationalism and public hysteria. Riva's ordeal pioneered the subject of rape in the Philippines. So binabanggit lang po dito, ang gusto lang iparating dito na yung na balita sa lahat ng radio yung pangyayari na kay Maggie Dela Riva. On 6 March 2017, Riva maintained on Philippines national television that the death penalty should still be a part of the judicial conviction of rape and assault cases. At present, the hotel where the incident occurred still stands and is renamed the Galaxy Lodge. Yun yung nabanggit na hotel kung saan nangyari yung krimen. Naging Galaxy Lodge na ang pangalan niya. Swanky Hotel nung una. So ito na po yung case study natin about sa gang rape case kay Maggie Dela Riva's gang rape case. Fact: on October 2, 1967, the trial court found the accused REE Jaime Jose Rogelio Cañal, RCE RME Eduardo Aquino, and Basilio Pineda Jr. guilty of the crime forcible abduction with rape under Article 355 of the Revised Penal Code of the Philippines, and sentenced each of them to the death in the electric chair. They appealed but lost. So ito po yung sinasabi nung Article 355 of the Revised Penal Code. So ito po makikita yung mga larawan kung paano nila ginaganap yung sa hukuman, kung paano napatunayan din na guilty yung 4 na suspects. The accused are the following, yung principals: Jaime Jose Gomez, Basilio Pineda Jr., Eduardo Aquino E. Payomo, and Rogelio Cañal Sevilla. Accomplices. So ito po yung mga dawit din sa kaso na yun, kasi sila yung mga nakasaksi na hindi mo na nagsalita. Wong Lei Pueng, Silverio Quanson E. Romero, and Jesse Guyon E. Envoltario. Forcibly abducted Maggie, 25, and brought her to the Swanky Hotel in Pasay City. The 4 accused by means of force and intimidation and with the use of deadly weapon raped her. Dela Riva was going home, number 48 12th Street, New Manila, Quezon City, from the ABS-CBN studio on Rojas Boulevard, Pasay City, driving her bantam car with her maid Helen Calderon when the 4 accused driving Pontiac 2-door convertible car waylaid her. So ito na po yung pangyayari kung paano nagsimula, kung paano kinidnap si Maggie Dela Riva sa mga sasakyan na gamit nila at sasakyan na gamit ng suspect. At Base din sa napanood namin na doon lang sa tapat ng bahay nila Maggie de la Riva na kinidnap at nakita yun ng nanay niya. Kaya nalaman din nila na sa kagad-agad na kinidnap si Maggie de la Riva, nagawa agad ng action. At base din sa napanood namin, sa napanood ko, na si Maggie de la Riva ay base na sa nabanggit ng una ni Villaplana na yung apat finorsa si Maggie de la Riva na magubad at pasayawin. So, tapos bago nila rapin. At issue, what kind of rape was committed? Rape punishable by penalty of reclusion perpetua to death under Article 355 Part 3 as amended by RA 4111 which took effect on June 20, 1964. Under the law, rape is committed by having carnal knowledge of a woman under any of the following circumstances: by using force and intimidation when the woman is deprived of reason and otherwise unconscious, and when the woman is under 12 years of age, even though neither of the circumstances mentioned in the two next preceding paragraphs shall be present. The crime of rape shall be punished with reclusion perpetua. Whenever the rape is committed, the use of the deadly weapon or by two or more persons, the penalty shall be reclusion perpetua to death. So yun na po yung pinataw sa kanila, reclusion perpetua. Natawan sila ng bitay. So, kaya na-executed po yung tatlo. Napatunayan po sa korte. Base din po sa napanood namin na, base din po sa pangyayaring to na umabot pa sa Supreme Court bago maanuan sila ng kasong rape kasi masyado pong makapangyarihan yung apat masyadong mayaman, malakas ang kapit sa binayaran nila lahat para lang pagtakpan yung kanilang ginawa hanggang sa may nagbunyag nito, may mga ebidensya nakakuha ng mga picture na ginagawa talaga nila to sa mga kilalang tao, artista. So hindi lang kay Maggie de la Riva ito nagawa, kaya dumami yung may galit sa kanila, dumami yung tao, nagtulong-tulong yung mga tao para lang mapatawan to at mapatunayan na guilty sila sa pangyayari. And then next, so ito yung sinabi nung huling suspect, si Edgardo Aquino: avoid bad companions and obey your parents. Tunay naman talaga na dapat ginagawa natin ito mga idol. Tawagan mo. Analysis. Act number 3815, an act revising the penal code and other penal laws. December 8, 1930, Chapter 1 felonies. Article 3 definitions. Acts and omissions punishable by law are felonies or delitos. Felonies are committed not only by deceit or dolo, but they also means of fault or culpa. So ito yung mga terminologies. Reclusion perpetua means permanent imprisonment. So ito yung pinataw sa kanila kaso meron pang death penalty. Number 2 is principles. Hindi ito yung alam natin na principal sa school yung ganun. Dito sa pag ginamit ito sa crime, sa criminology, principles means guilty of a crime. Accomplices, criminally liable to the same extent as the principal. Assailants, a person who commits criminal assaults. Philippine constabulary officers maintain peace, law, and order in the various provinces of the Philippine Islands. Striptease, an act or dance in which person gradually removes their clothing piece by piece. So ito yung pinagawa kay Maggie de la Riva. At ito nga yung sinasabi nila na pinapalusutan din nila na si Maggie de la Riva nisagi na yung kotse ni Aquino. Kaya ang ginawa nilang kapalit ay yung siya, si Maggie, na napatunayan naman na walang katotohanan. Per curiam decision is a court opinion issued in the name of the court rather than specific judges. Ordeal, a painful or horrific experience, especially protracted one. Contemptus, manifesting, feeling, or expressing deep hatred or disapproval. Death chamber, a room or chamber in which capital punishment is carried out. So dito po naganap yung pagpapunish o pagpaparusa sa apat na suspect. Ay, tatlo lang pala. Nagpamatay nga. So ito lang po lahat. Maraming salamat po Sir Harry Abilasa. Pagbibigay pa ng chance para makapag-report. Thank you po.